Good evening, all my gnarly ones, and welcome to another Truck Series Tuesday night here in the North American eRacing League. My name is Gator Mike, and I'll be getting with my partner in the race in just a minute. I want to go ahead and preface this broadcast by saying we apologize for the inconvenience this past weekend if you were hoping to catch a couple of Roval races from Xfinity and Cup. Those were postponed due to some things we had going on in the league. But we are regrouping, we're getting things back together, and we're going to push forward. It was quite the tough weekend, and it'll be all right. We're going to have these trucks here tonight at Darlington, first time ever in league history. So they're going to set us back off on the right course here. We're going to have some procedural changes and such. Teams are officially gone. No more teams. And we're going to try to get everybody in the same party chat for the races. We know we've been lacking this season in terms of on-track quality, and it has led to some off-track stress. So we're trying things different here, getting things back together, getting things back going. Those Roval races that were supposed to happen this past weekend, they will still happen, just at another date and time. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. However, here for some Truck Series action tonight on this fine Tuesday evening. In the booth with me, I've got Big Jim. Jim, how's it going, my man?
It's going great, man. I'm looking forward to this one, but going back to what you were saying about NARL, I'm very proud of everybody in this community staying knit very closely together. It shows that, this friendship, despite what can happen, I mean, these guys are all in it to race with each other and just have a good time. So very glad to see everybody's back for at least the remainder of the season.
Yep. So, exactly. So tonight, like I said, everybody's going to be in the same, or at least most everybody's going to be in the same party chat. And I told the guys in the Truck Series, I know we're all competitive in this league. We all want to win. But try to just loosen up tonight. Don't take things so seriously and try to have some sort of fun. What kind of fun they're going to have? No idea. This is a first for us. They're going to Darlington, and that is one of the most difficult tracks on the game, both mentally and physically if you got a wheel and such. So, Jim, what do you think we can expect out of tonight's show?
I think you can expect a lot of. It's not going to just be Darlington stripes for these guys. I think some of these guys are going to be riding the wall. This game, it really does Velcro you on there. And these guys, this is the first time they've seen this in the Truck Series. So I think you'll see a lot of issues at the beginning of this one, but hopefully they can iron those out towards the end and get a good race going. We've got some really talented drivers, talented call downs in this race tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Yeah, they're going to have 68 laps around this track. It was the very first super speedway in NASCAR. It is a legendary, iconic track in the NASCAR community, and it's got so many stories to tell. It's got nicknames: the Lady in Black, the Track Too Tough to Tame, and those nicknames are very warranted with how this track has treated people throughout the NASCAR years. So I'm interested to see how these trucks will do on it for the first time. Like you said, we got some call downs tonight. You already heard, dropping down from the Cup Series. Is making a start tonight, and he is undefeated at Darlington in the Cup Series. So we'll see how he does in the trucks tonight. As well as TK270 Kelvin, Cup Series driver, he will also be in the field. However, there's a couple other guys in the field. Decent House, we talk about him, it seems like every week, but he says he loves this place, so he'll be one to look out for. Wasted made the field at the very last minute. Just got off of work. Marksman, among others. Jim, who you got your eye on?
Well, you kind of just detailed two of them. You already heard being undefeated here. He loves this place, man. He might not like this game, just like a lot of us don't like this game, but he loves himself some Darlington. It doesn't matter what game it's on. Loves this place. And Decent House sounds like he's the exact same way. So I think it will be a really fun show between those two.
Absolutely. We've got about 14, 15 trucks-ish in the field tonight, and they're just about to wrap up qualifying. So as always, we'll get the results for you here in just a minute. Well, Jim, this, like I mentioned, this is one of the most difficult tracks on the game. Tell me a little bit about it and how to get around this place.
In my opinion, it's broken. Turn one is fine. You can enter. You can technically enter under the white line. It's not, you don't want to, but you could if you
Are you
wanted to.
saying that turn two is the trouble spot?
Turn two is a mess. I don't know what they've done with it on this game. For some reason, there's a bump that you literally cannot avoid. It's in the middle of the racetrack, so these trucks are going to either have to duck under it or just eat the wall. I mean, there really is no avoiding it unless
Yep.
you adjust your line to miss that bump. It's a lot like Chicagoland, but
Hmm.
here it's one groove. Darlington is a one groove racetrack, especially one and two. Uh, It'll be interesting seeing how guys are going to avoid that. I'll be impressed if they can.
Yeah, passing tonight will be at a premium, or track position, I should say, will be at a premium. Passing will be difficult. These guys are going to have to hope to get some really good runs coming out of the corner, and going to have to need the guys that they're trying to pass to give them a little bit of slack because too wide in these corners, it's really hard to do. Not impossible, but really hard to do. Turns one and two, much difference than three and four. It's an egg-shaped track. One and two is a lot longer. Three and four is a lot tighter. So it's kind of hard to find a good setup for both corners. So a little bit of more of
Speaking
a
of setups,
tricky
by the way, there.
situation for the drivers.
Yeah, speaking of setups there, by the way, in the pre-race show, I talked to Tape Hens. He says that an 8 was too freaking tight. I mean, the highest you can go on a preset here is a 9 slider. If an eight's too tight, even on a long run, it's just going to be a long day for these guys.
As a couple of the favorites we mentioned, you already heard, and Decent House will be on the front row. So those two
Boom.
drivers will be leading the field to green tonight. One person I haven't mentioned, Storm Rooster, in the field for the first time tonight. It's been a while since we've seen him on track. He had to take a hiatus to deal with some issues and some stuff outside of the game, but he is back in the field tonight. We are glad to have him. He will be in the number 02 Chevrolet here tonight. Welcome back, Storm.
Absolutely love to see Storm back. He's one of the league veterans, and it's always good to see him back on track. We saw him in PC2 a little bit earlier, but he did have to take a little hiatus.
Yeah,
He's back.
he is back as I'm now starting to get blown up with invites for the race. They're still sitting inside the lobby, waiting for the track to change back over. But continuing with the starting lineup, looks like Cyber is going to be third. TK270 Kelvin will be fourth. And fifth, I'm looking for fifth here. See if I can't find fifth. No, I cannot find fifth. But top four, got them. Cyber and Kevin on the second row. These trucks tonight, they've got some added pressure after this past weekend. They are the first series back on track. So they are under a pressure-packed situation here to put on a good show for you fans, for you viewers. And we hope that they can deliver that tonight with few incidents and few arguments after the fact.
Also, if you were curious, Joe does have a stream up.
Yes, he does, and I am excited for that because I went through Charlotte just kind of winging it. So we will
Oh,
be
if
able
they
to
only
join
gave
him
us
in
a
just
ticker,
second.
that would have fixed everything. But nope, never got it.
All right, we can go ahead and join. So I'm going to accept this invite here, go blue screen for just a minute, and hop into this lobby. Alright, trying to find all of my buttons here on this wheel that I got. Still getting used to it.
Oh yeah, everybody should know that Gator is doing this broadcast on a wheel, which
I am.
is ludicrous in my opinion, but I
I am
appreciate the
indeed.
energy.
I just didn't feel like, swapping over to the controller. So I'm sitting here in my nice wheel rig that I have purchased and just kind of chilling. By the way, I got a G923 setup. So Fanatec, I'm sorry. I went with the Logitech this time. So we are now,
race.
yeah, green flag. These guys have just gone through corner number 1 and out of 2 for the very first time tonight. We've got one in the wall already toward the back of the field, but the front 3 are single file already, led by You Already Heard, Decent House, and Cyber.
That was Kelvin back there that touched the wall and ended up following up the guys behind him.
So, not too shabby. It looks like most everybody's single file already. We got 1 lap under green so far. I call that a success here to start this race.
Yeah, especially with them hitting the wall in 1 and 2.
Let's see. Stage 1, we have 18 laps remaining. It's a 19-lap first stage. Not exactly sure of the fuel window, as I went to Chick-fil-A for dinner and didn't practice or see how much it was. Jim, I don't know if you know or not. But,
I'll wait on Joe to flip her around.
If Joe swaps over, we'll find out. However, we've got the top 3 breaking away. We've got a little pack of 2 there in 4th and 5th. That is Young Colt and Marksman. And then kind of a bottleneck behind them.
Yeah, Gator, and before we get too far, I think there's one guy we completely forgot about. That was Cyber. He's very, very, very fast, but he just has lag issues once in a while. He'll be a guy to look out to spoil this little party up here between Joe and Decent House. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Cyber is a very experienced league racer. NARL is not his first league by any means, but we are glad to have him here as he hunts us down a championship in the truck series. Runs a multitude of others. I think he's in VRL on some other nights, and he's very experienced. I'm going to go back here. It's cluster. Time we've got back. Let's see. We've got Diesel right here in the 18. Tay Pens. I believe that's TK 270 Kelvin's in this mess, and Storm Rooster right there as well. 3 wide's not going to work in that corner, and they tried it. And Kevin got in the wall yet again, and he's in the wall off of 2.
Hey, they made 3 wide without a caution. Even for a split second, that's impressive. I mean, it's barely a 2 wide track. Barely go 2 wide.
Absolutely. Marksman has found his way around Young Colt there for 4th place and has checked out away from him. Top 3 are still nose to tail. Stormers right now running in 6th, looking to close in on Colt as Colt hits the wall. Stormer's going to make the move already into the top 5 for Storm. It's like he's never lost this form. Great start for the Rooster.
Yeah, we'll have to see about Storm if maybe some track position plays, because he's way too far back. If you could run him back from down here, you'll know he'll have a fast truck. But if he gets a little track position, maybe he can stay in the draft for those top 3. Be a contender for this one.
Decent gets a little bit loose there off of 2. Is going to lose a truck length or so. Not much. Draft does play a factor at this track. I don't know if it's enough to keep these guys from, not being able to separate themselves, but it does help.
Well, you kind of saw it right there with Decent House. He dropped back a little bit, got loose off of 2, but with that push from Cyber behind him, I don't know if it's the draft in front of you or the push behind, but that little 2-truck tandem kind of got them right back to Joe's bump.
Looks like fuel mileage is going to be around 27, 28 laps. Somewhere in that ballpark, maybe a lap or 2 extra. As Joe swapped over to it for just a second. Now he's able to catch a quick glimpse. Joe, you already heard, has led every lap thus far. Decent House, Cyber, they just seem content on riding. What would you say, Jim?
I would say right now, I mean, you start making moves on each other, you run the risk of putting somebody in the wall, and you don't want to do that just quite yet. I mean, maybe for the end of the stage.
Oh, Joe runs wide. That's going to open the door. I think Decent was just wanting to ride around there, but with Joe making a mistake, Decent's going to take advantage of that. Look low here into 1. Side by side through the whole corner. That is incredibly difficult to do. Joe skims the wall.
There's really nothing Joe can do there. He was, I guarantee he was putting all the wheel he could into that thing. Probably hit one of those bolts. Just did not turn for him. But to his pleasure, he's not out of the draft.
Absolutely not, as Decent House is going to take the lead for the first time tonight. Our first lead change. So Decent House up to the front. Cyber still sitting right there in third place, looking to pounce here in the back half of stage number 1. It's just been about these 3 guys so far, but Marksman's not too far behind there lurking. He hasn't let the lead get too far out of him.
He might have hit the wall there.
It looks like it.
I think he drove it in really deep. That's what you got to do in turn 3, in my opinion. You got to drive it in deep there and let it coast up to the wall and then kind of diamond it off. But everybody has a different philosophy about that. I'm not the fastest at Darlington, so that might not be the right way to do it, but it's one way to do it.
Yeah, Darlington is not one of my best tracks, but for some reason I can always somehow pull out a top 6-ish finish. I don't know how I do it because I'm not particularly a fan. Decent House there. He's flirting with that wall, trying to leave his mark on it. These walls will use up the right size of these trucks tonight. I move back here to the battle for 5th place. Got a Storm Rooster still hanging on for 5th there, but Diesel is right behind him as well as Penn. Looking to grab that 5th and final stage point for stage number 1. They've got 6 laps to go.
Yeah, and the feel on Storm Rooster's truck looks like it's just kind of falling off a little bit. I mean, it just looks like it's getting a little too loose on exit. That's going to happen when the tires wear out, so adjustments on pit road. I mean, Storm was part of TJR. They did very well with adjustments. We'll have to see if that pays dividends with them.
He's looking tough so far. We'll scroll through the field here. P. Graves, I don't think he's too big of a fan of Darlington. There were some that were dreading tonight. Jay Bird, Tailpipe, they were a couple that weren't really looking forward to this one. As Diesel's now getting a fender there on Storm Rooster. They got their fenders hooked.
Oh, man.
That's not going to work.
Look at the move from Penn.
Penn's going to sneak around the outside. He's going to take 2 there.
Whoa. Kept it off the wall. Thread the needle.
Yep, Storm and Steve, they might be in the same party discussing what just happened there, but from this point of view, it definitely looked like their bumpers hooked and sent them way down below the apron. And Penn, he just railed around the outside of both of them.
Wow, that all happened. It's like you already heard. Back to the point and very commanding lead over Decent House. Decent must have hit the wall or something.
That is true. You already heard his back out front by a pretty good margin here, about a second as he skims the wall in 1.
That is 3 to go, 2 to go at the line, stage 1.
Yeah, these older tires, they're hurting right now. These guys, they're going to take 4 on every pit stop, I would assume.
Just gotta say, I have massive respect for. I don't know if Cyberon is on a controller, but these guys on controller trying to save these things with limited grip, it is impressive to me. I mean, I'm on a wheel now, and I never could get it down with a controller. Just impressive.
Well, that's all I've ever had as a controller for 25 years, and let me tell you, it's not easy. Not easy at all, but then again, I'm trying to figure out this wheel, and it's not easy either. I have had just countless troubles trying to get this thing not spinning out on the corner exit and almost every racetrack. Ugh, been brutal so far.
This is the white flag lap in the stage.
We are on the last lap here of stage number 1. Playoff point is awarded at the end of this stage. Is Decent House close enough to be able to put a move on Hurd?
He's going to back it up a little bit.
I don't believe so. So you already heard, going to steal a playoff point and the stage win from the truck regulars here in stage number 1. So you already heard first. Decent House second, Cyber third here in stage 1. I'll get 4th and 5th as soon as it becomes official. Should be Marksman in 4th and possibly, Looks like maybe Steve got around Penn there for 5th. And
he's
he
over
did.
5th.
So you already heard Decent House, Cyber, Marksman, and Steve Diesel getting a top 5 here in stage 1. They're going to be followed by Penn, TK, Rooster, Colt, and Wasted, rounding out the top 10. Rounding out the field will be Williams, Graves, Jaybird, and Tailpipe.
I know I've already mentioned it, but I have not seen this track in the daytime, I think ever, in this game. And it actually doesn't look that bad. So, obviously, Heat for making rendering a pretty good daytime Darlington.
Yeah, not too bad there. It's definitely different, that's for sure. But a great first stage we just saw. Minimal contact, no cautions, caution free. So we'll see how that bodes for stage number 2 and the rest of the races. These guys are now back under green here to start stage number 2. You already heard Decent House on the front row.
Restarts are always the trickiest part about a Gator.
Pin in the wall.
Oh, they're spreading out.
They're going 3 wide. Rooster's going to make it 3 wide.
Ain't
Hold it,
happening,
boys.
man. There's
Hold
no
it.
way.
Hold it, boys.
Oh my goodness.
They're still 3 wide. They're holding it.
They.
Oh my God.
I'm at a loss of how they saved that.
I don't know how they just did that.
They're still in the wall back here.
Oh, yeah. Pinned in the wall still. How that wasn't just a massive pileup, I'll never know.
I saw Colt get on the apron. I thought for sure he was going to hook that and spin right around right in front of half the field.
He did not.
Straight.
Great job by the truck guys there on that restart. The restarts are going to be the most challenging part of this race tonight, I do feel. This track is much better suited to run single file as Marksman gets really loose there off of 2. That's going to give the spot to Cyber.
Oh, around goes Steve. We got big
yeah, there. Steve's up in the air. Steve's flipping. That is going to be the first caution tonight. Steve, if I had to guess, hooked the apron there. And
absolutely
went
with the apron. Absolutely, and it just, yeah, TK270 has a ton of damage right now. It's like
they only ran
Colt
about 2 laps
damage.
here, Jim. Do you pit and take 4 tires? Do you stay out 2? This track is not the best on tire wear, so what do you do here?
Honestly, if it were up to me, if I'm the top 3, I'd probably stay out here. Everybody else, I mean, I think the top 3 also have to look at what's happening behind them. If everyone else is coming down, then you come down. But maybe you play a little bit of a fake here. Say you're not pitting until the last second. See how many people those guys behind you fight and pit. And then you come down as well.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's going to pit. However, strategy's differed. Storm Rooster's going to line up on the front row.
2 tires, huh?
With Penn out there as well in P2. So Decent and Hurd, they're going to move back to the second row for the first time tonight. Got some traffic in front of them.
Play a little bit of strategy here. Storm Rooster and Penn are trying to get in front of the mayhem.
Joe ducks low. He's going to look underneath Penn. Decent's going to go for the Rooster here.
Oh, those fresh tires, though, man.
Oh, Marksman's around. Will that bring out another one? No. No caution this time. Marksman hit the apron, went around. Somehow, most everybody was able to avoid him. But that Marksman's going to lose all of his track position just like that. So Decent House is out front. Storm Rooster still hanging tough here in second place. With You Already Heard in third.
Got tight.
Penn in fourth. So the guys who played strategy, they're still hanging tough here.
Yeah, Storm just washed up a little bit, not having the grip in the tires like those top 2 do. I mean, it's only 3%
Don't
extra.
pin in the wall.
Those guys have a lot more pressure tires, and that, yeah, Storm's struggling
Rooster
right
in the
now.
wall. They're leaving those Darlington stripes out there right now. Cyber sitting here in 5th, trying to figure out how he's going to get around these guys. Right behind him is Steve after that spin, and Big Recky's worked his way back up to 6th. Jaybird sitting in 7th place. Field very spread out. Cyber looking on pin.
7 to go. As they touch the line.
You saw there, Cyber had a fender, but he didn't have the momentum. Had to let Penn go. Going to try again here on down the front straightaway. Does Penn check up this time? No, he does not. But Cyber's going to take it. Put Cyber back up to 3rd.
It's where the glitch will get you. Yep.
And it got him. Penn and Rooster.
That's going to be so frustrating for Rooster after playing a great strategy. Going to get the short end of the stick on that one.
So this is a shorter stage, this stage number 1, and include the caution laps. We were already down to 6 to go here in stage 2. On board with Young Colt. And ahead for 99 of Wasted. These guys are back here around 7th, 8th place.
Well, right now, but it looks like You Already Heard is starting to chip into that gap just a little bit of Decent House. Not too terribly much, but it's looking like maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe a 10th lap. It looked like he was doing that before he got loose out of 2, but now he lost all that game.
Yeah, these guys have a very big gap over 3rd place on back. As, with all those guys fighting back there, it really allowed them to check out. So it's just going to be a battle between these two here for the stage win, barring any cautions. Decent House trying to redeem himself from stage 1. Got that stage stolen from him by Hurd. He's trying to hang on here for stage 2 and pick himself up a playoff point.
Yeah, he's starting to pull away again.
Yeah, they've got 3 seconds over 3rd place. Back. Oh, Decent gets loose.
He hit a glitch out of 4. Guaranteed.
Really loose there. That's going to allow You Already Heard to close in just a tick. Only about a 10th or 2.
I know, for getting that loose, he really loosened this truck up. I can see him getting loose off of every corner. But that was an incredible save, and it stayed out in front of Joe.
He kept it in the gas.
Yeah, he drifted it coming out for you. You can basically guarantee that.
Believe it or not, Decent House is one of those controller drivers. Everybody assumed he was on a wheel, but no, Decent is on a controller, as well as You Already Heard. You Already Heard is also on a controller. Has a wheel, he just doesn't use it.
Oh my
Decent
goodness.
Again! That 51 truck is mad loose right now.
Yep, that's going to hurt him for the stage. I think he's really got to start thinking about his throttle inputs right now. Driving straighter off.
He's got to regroup. Can't let it get to him. Yep, can't let it get to him. Take a deep breath, regroup here. You got a few laps left. Try to put a move on Joe. Keep your truck steady, and see what you can do here with 1 lap left. So last lap, can he put a move on her?
I think here it goes.
He's right there. Does he give him a bump? He tries a different line to get a better launch out of corner number 4. Here he comes.
Not going to be enough.
Not going to be enough. You Already Heard. Going to hang on, sweep the stages tonight. So he's won the pole.
Decent House. I'm going back on those adjustments.
He's won the pole. He's won stage 1 and he's won stage 2. He's on track for a max points night here in the Truck Series. Can he hang on for the win? You Already Heard. He's right now, he's sweeping the field. Rounding out your top 5 there in stage 2 was Decent House in 2nd, Cyber 3rd, Steve Dizo in 4th, and Jaybird bringing it home for a top 5. So Jaybird gets that 5th and final stage point.
I think it's important to note, Gator, that Dizo is looking for points. He was under the cutoff going into tonight. We're getting down to, you know, what, like 5 races until the start the playoffs.
Yeah,
You got to
it's coming
start
down to
thinking
it, the
about
trucks.
that. And Diesel, he's making a lot out of this opportunity here at Darlington, getting a lot of stage points. It's going to help him.
Long caution here. Now get back going. You already heard. Decent house, Cyber, top 3. It's been that way almost all night. We are already here in stage number 3. Let's see, 26 laps left? Yep, 26 laps here in the final stage.
Tires are going to be hurting.
We got one on the wall. They're checking up behind him. 3 wide off into 3. Marksman in the middle.
Somebody down on the apron. That ain't going to happen.
Lots of beating and banging, but they keep it straight so far.
Somebody just shot me against that wall.
Yeah, I believe that was tailpipe.
It was tailpipe.
Yep. Decent house might
Decent
have
just
skimmed it.
nailed the wall. Yep, and Cyber tried playing. Oh, goodness. Very close for both those drivers. They almost got a huge wreck.
So, Pan right here riding in 4th place. I'm on board with Diesel in 5th. Marksman 6th, Colt 7th. Diesel with a great run off of 2, but Penn blocks it off. Really hard to make a move in these corners. You've got to set it up on corner exit and make a move into the next corner.
Yeah, and the best way to do that is set it up coming out of 2 and then, drive it deep into 3, get under them. Looked like that's what Diesel wanted to do, but Penn kind of stalled out that momentum from that 2.
Yep, so Marksman's going to take over that 5th spot, gets around Steve. Colt's going to look to the inside here in the middle of 1 and 2. Ooh, he's flirting with that that dash line there. That's where the apron meets the track. It can be a scary spot sometimes. Held on to it. Go back towards the front. You already heard has already gotten a gap. Marksman puts Penn in the wall. Penn on the apron now with Colt.
Oh my goodness, they hit again. What was that?
Penn trying to hang on here. Bet you he wants to get back to that 4 truck.
Storm Rooster, Kevin, and Wasted right now are having a very heated discussion for looks like 6th or 5th. They are beating, banging off one another
we'll go back
here.
here and check these guys out. As Rooster is cleared, Kevin is cleared. Waste is going to slot in behind those 2. Rooster in the wall. Kevin with a big run around the outside.
Oh,
not going to
wow.
get there as Rooster blocks it off.
And spinning. Somebody back here.
Single
88.
truck.
P. Graves around. Single truck incident, not going to be a caution. That's going to do it for P. Graves unless there is a caution.
Gets it righted.
Penn is blocking the stuffing out of Colt back here.
That's what Penn does, though, right? That's nothing
well, when
abnormal.
it's one groove, it's very easy to block. Colt not having any of it, though. He wants to make that move.
Yeah, he's got to be getting frustrated at this point. I think he has a faster truck than Penn. There's just no way to get around. Look at that center speed there from Colt. Closed right in on Penn. And then he skims the wall there. A little bit of aero tight, maybe.
I think it was just the way that Penn was driving. Colt can't hit the bumper. And unfortunately, in this game, you hit somebody's bumper, a car or a truck in the back.
It stops turning.
Yeah, it just shoots up to the wall. So Colt's having to take that into account. He's having to make a different line, one that he's not used to, and that really costs him when he hit the wall. They lose even more time to Marksman in front of them.
Oh, it's a cluster behind these guys. Some guys are on the apron back there. They keep it straight, though. Rooster super loose.
Wasted, and Rooster might make contact.
Rooster's flirting with that apron. He gets loose. Good save. Loses some spots, but he keeps it straight.
They don't call it the track too tough to tame for nothing, do they?
No. It
These
is
guys
living up to it
having
tonight.
a whale of a time. Oh, somebody's around. We got a huge wreck back here. Colt.
Oh, yeah, multiple
Kevin.
trucks in the inside wall.
Is this going to be a caution?
No.
No caution. Yep, Jaybird was in it.
Yep, Jaybird's still trying to get his truck situated. Tailpipe. No, caution comes out. That's going to be a crusher.
Yeah, because the other thing, when that caution doesn't come out, the field spreads out even more. So it's even harder to get a caution. If it doesn't call it for 3 trucks wrecking in a 14-truck field, you can pretty much kiss a caution goodbye unless these top 3 wreck at this point.
Yeah, Joe's just out for a Tuesday night cruise here. This is the call down he wanted this season for the Truck Series. He's getting it. As he's still in front of Decent House and Cyber, it has not changed. I'm going to find out if these guys have to make a green flag stop. It's going to be super close, I believe. Joe has 17 laps of fuel left. And there are 14 laps left in the race. So no, doesn't look like it unless tires wear out. It should be able to be good on fuel.
I really don't know about tires. This track is one of the most abrasive on the circuit. In real life, you would be concerned about tires right now.
Tires are valuable.
I don't know.
Does Decent House have anything for You Already Heard? Does Cyber have anything for You Already Heard? These have been the class of the field tonight. These 3.
How about we throw about a little bit of lap traffic into the mix?
Yep.
Tailpipe back here.
Tailpipe.
He's going to get out of the way. Good move on his part.
Yep, classy move there from Tailpipe. Let's just 3 liters by. Doesn't want to be involved in that. Let these guys sort it out for themselves. So You Already Heard led the most laps here tonight. Decent House has led a few. Storm Rooster's been out front. These guys are all fairly separate, about equal in terms of separation here. About 7 to 8 tenths apart from each of them.
I'm looking at the lines they're running too. It looks like Joe and Decent House are running the exact same line. But Decent might be just a little bit better with it. If he can not get loose like he did in stage 2, I think he might get to that bumper You Already Heard.
There's not too many options for running different lines here at Darlington due to the track being so narrow, but is there any sort of advantage here? Maybe turn 3 and 4, maybe diming it versus just hugging that white line there, Joe? Anything that Decent can be different than Joe?
That's pretty much the only thing, or you could hug the wall all the way to the very top, because it looks like Joe's doing that where he's diving in the corner already. If you're Decent House and you're realizing that you guys are running the exact same line, it's not going to be enough. You got to try something different. It looked like he might have entered one lane a little higher, trying to get that bite off of the corner. I think Decent is trying to experiment a little bit here, trying to find that lane without giving him the run on these back and front stretches, and at least get him close.
Oh, Joe's flirting with the wall there. Got really close to it. If he hits it, that's going to allow Decent to get right back up in this fight. Off. It does allow Decent to get a little bit of time back as they are approaching lap traffic.
So these guys get out of the way just like Tailpipe rightfully did. These guys are battling for position.
Yep, Jaybird and Graves, I do believe that is. Graves and Williams have very similar trucks.
Oh, so
we got one around there. Yep, Tailpipe's around down on the very inside of the track.
Thankfully he was ghosted because it looked like P-Raves went straight into him. Maybe that was J-Bird. Somebody went straight
Yeah,
to
that
his
was
floor,
close.
but they just kind of, morphed through him. So thank goodness for the ghosting system there.
Do these lap trucks pose a distraction for Hurd here, Jim? Do you think these guys could cost Hurd to just make a slight mistake?
If they're not looking in their rear view, we saw earlier with Penn and Colt that the guys in front of, the guy running in front of Colt, running a different line, kind of messed up his entry. I mean, you see here, Pete Graves getting out of the way, but it can mess up Joe. He has such a faster closing rate than the car in front of him. It could be problematic for him, but right now he's doing a very good job of navigating it.
Yeah, next time by, we're only going to have a handful of laps left here at Darlington. Joe gets a tick loose. He's got Jaybird right in front of him. The truck seems to be doing something. Back and forth there, wiggling around.
Yeah, he might have a little bit of lag here.
Oh!
He's getting out of the way.
That was close.
Probably didn't know he was lagging because he was so far in front of Joe there, though. Couldn't tell.
Gap right now between the top two is about 1.2 seconds between Hurd and Decent House. Field very spread out at the moment. 4 to go right here at the line.
Even after Joe got loose, that lead kind of stabilized at 1.2. So, got to see something pretty spectacular here, either from a mistake on Joe's part or just phenomenal driving from Decent House. But let's see what happens.
Joe's about 2 laps to the good on fuel. His tires are screaming though, down to about 30% on the right front. Should make it. Well, it's going to be really, really bald. Probably some cords showing type bald here at the end of this thing. That's young Colt they're approaching. Just a few laps left here at Darlington. First time ever the trucks have gone to Darlington.
See, it's gone pretty well so far.
Yeah. Only 1 caution for cause tonight, so impressive by the trucks. Joe's going to be wanting Colt to get out of the way here.
Oh man, this is not a good place for him to catch him.
Not out of turn 2. Anything can happen in turn 2.
Oh boy, don't get loose either of y'all. If you're Colt, you just back out of this here.
Yep,
there you go. Tense moment for our leader right there.
Check, see if this is the white flag or 2 to go.
Ooh, this might be your white. Maybe.
Double check right now. Yep, this is 1 to go, brought to you tonight by JDCNC. Check them out online, shop jdcnc.com, custom engraving. You already heard the favorite coming into the night. He has dominated the night. Pole, stage 1, stage 2. He's got 1 corner left. Going around corner number 4 for the final time. You already heard sweeps the night here at Darlington Raceway.
And stays undefeated at Darlington. That's incredible.
Decent House going to come home second. No, sorry. Cyber going to steal the spot from second on Decent House at the line. Only 8 100ths of a second between Cyber and Decent House.
What happened there?
No idea, but Cyber got him at the line. Marksman going to get 4th. Dieso 5th. TK270 Kelvin comes home 6th. Penn 7th. Williams 8th. Wasted 9th. And Storm Rooster round out your top 10. Close battle for second place. Yeah.
Other than second place, I think Toyota swept the entire top 5.
They did not. Cyber drives a Chevy, finished second.
Yeah, I'd say
the other 4
Cyber,
are Toyotas, yep.
I guess I can get our race winner in here.
Yeah, send old Joe an invite. He might even be happy enough to play some Uno afterwards.
I wonder if he called Uno before he took the white.
Well, we'll have to ask him. If he didn't, his win doesn't count.
Ooh, that's rough. He gets +2. He goes back to third place.
Oh, we'll see what he has to say here. Got Lewis in the chat talking about Bofa. love to hear about Bofa there, Lewis. As we are now joined by our unofficial race winner, depending on this question. You already heard. To make your win official, we've got to know, did you call Uno as you crossed the white flag?
Ah, man, y'all got me.
Oh.
Well, I guess he's not the race winner tonight, Jim.
I'll draw two. It's okay.
So you're going to end up third then.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Well, Joe, Darlington has always been good to you. In the Cup Series, you're undefeated there. You wanted this call-down race for the first ever Truck Series event at Darlington, and you sweep the night. How you feeling, my guy, after such a dominating performance?
Pretty good. It was weird. I'm just so used to having more like off throttle time in a cup car, where the truck it's like just full throttle, half throttle, full. You don't ever really stop. But it was nice. I didn't really have to deal with everything going on in the back. Seemed like everybody was enjoying their time in the party that was back there. So I'm glad they enjoyed it. I didn't have to. So.
Yeah, we saw a lot of contact, so I'm glad everybody was having a good time.
Yeah, no complaining. I think everybody just, was like, it's Darlington. We don't love the track, so we just take whatever we can get here tonight.
Yeah, well, love hearing that positive note from you there. That's what the intention is here. Get everybody back together, have some fun, not take things as seriously as what we've been doing. But you played it to perfection tonight. You had the fastest truck, it seemed. The battle was between you, Decent House, and Cyber. And somehow you managed to keep your truck. I don't know what kind of adjustments you put in it, but I would say better than those two, as Decent seemed to really get loose on the longer run. So what kind of adjustments did you put in your truck to keep it up front?
You'd be shocked. I actually lowered the wedge on a preset 8. So it was, I don't know, when I first started, like that first stage, it was just tight. So Decent was able to get past me, and that's when I was like, the plan I had was, tighten it a little bit, but then I saw how short the stages were. I'm like, we'll just loosen it up. If we get loose, is what it is. I'm just having fun here. But it worked out. Truck didn't get too loose like Decent and Cyber were having issues with. Once I got Decent at about a second lead, I was like, now it's just coasting now.
Well, Joe, with that win, your first Truck Series win, you have now joined a very elite club. You have now become the 4th member of the NARL history books to win in each series. So congratulations on that. And I'm going to toss it over to Jim, see what kind of question Jim's got for you. Jim?
Yeah, Joe, first of all, I want to preface with great run tonight. Obviously, you swept everything, pole, stage 1, stage 2, and obviously the race winner, so congrats on the win. You're also, I believe, undefeated in the North American eRacing League at Darlington, no matter what series. What is it about this place, man? What does it? What is it that makes you so good here?
I don't know. Just take pride in it, honestly. It's weird, Charlotte's actually my home track, but I don't take pride in winning that. It's weird. I don't know. It's such a unique track. It honestly takes, just honestly so much rhythm. I mean, you can get snapped loose, just randomly. I don't know. I find it like it's so unique that it just makes a great track to me. Obviously, I've raced it enough now where I've won enough, so I should know how to run that track. But every time is different. I mean, just tonight, I was shot a little bit that I got pole to dominate the whole race. Honestly, was surprising. Decent, gave me a run for my money. Cyber did as well. Honestly, I think it's just pride now that I don't lose at Darlington, because if I do, I'll never live it down. But I don't know. I just like the track. Honestly, it's unique in its own way.
Yeah, man. Well, again, congrats on the win. And April 26th, put that down on your calendar. We go back to Darlington for the Cup Series.
Yep, I'll need practice.
All right, Joe. Well, I believe this is your first win of the season in any series, so that it is. So this has got to get you on the right track, get you in a very good mindset as we move forward with the Cup Series season. So what kind of momentum does a truck win kind of give you for the back half of the Cup season?
Just I think it just gives you that mentality now that you can go out and win. Especially anybody that's not had a win, it's like, holy crap, the Cup Series is definitely challenging, and I don't think it's really going to be I'm going to go out there now and win 5 straight wins or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just kind of gives you that confidence again that you can still win out there. As I'm not comparing the Cup Series to the Truck Series; it's obviously different, but you're still capable of winning. So hopefully, I think our next track is the Roval, so I already know the momentum will all be gone after that. So after that, I'm hoping Spurs has some momentum, so we'll see.
All right. Well, floor is yours. You want to shout out whoever you want to shout out? Go for it.
So shout out to you guys for broadcasting, doing the booth and everything. I always appreciate it. Know it's time consuming and it's tough without a ticker, so
Yep.
I appreciate you guys doing that. Shout out to Lewis, who I think is getting ready to get back to school.
Yep.
So congrats to him on that. Now he's going to be leaving, the whole league racing thing. So appreciate him and his time here. And just shout out to the Truck Series guys. Honestly, I mean, my opinion would be like, oh, it's going to be a wreck fest, we can go to Darlington, but they were really clean. Like I said, the chat was really kind of just, like, hey, we're just here having a good time. We're not really, we want to win or we want to do good, but we're not, at each other's throats. So shout out to them as well. But other than that, that's all I got. Shout out Brody, shout out my fiance, yeehaw. All right, I'm out.
All right, Joe. Take it easy. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, Jim, if you want to try to get Cyber in here, we can go for it.
Yeah, invite was just sent out to him.
All right.
Really refreshing to see Cyber get a good finish.
Yeah, bringing it home P2 there with a last lap move on Decent House. We'll have to ask him what happened, as he was able to get around the driver of the 51, coming to the checkered flag by only 8/100ths of a second. He snuck in there and put that 24 in P2.
I said it before, but Cyber, I mean, without the lag, he would be even more dangerous in this series.
Absolutely. As we are now joined by our runner-up here tonight, Cyber. Man, you kind of stole it there. It was you, Decent House. You already heard, had the fastest 3 trucks tonight, it seemed, and it looks like you kind of resorted to 3rd place, but you snuck one in there on Decent on the last lap. How'd you bring it home for P2?
I was just riding in 3rd, and then when I saw Diesel in the wall, like, okay, I'll take 2nd at the line, I guess, because I was like laughing in my head, like when he got in the wall, like, am I gonna really take 2nd from Diesel? I'm like, I don't know, just really fast 24 truck. I'm definitely proud of that run I put up after what happened last week. All in all, just great solid truck that I built for the night.
Yeah, man, you nipped him there, 8/100ths of a second at the line for 2nd place. So good job on that. What were you thinking coming into Darlington tonight? What were your expectations? I know it's one of the hardest tracks on the game, with a series that is trying to regroup and get its feet back under it. So, what were your expectations for tonight?
My expectations were pretty high because I'm really like in between with Darlington. I mean, it's a tough track within the game, like I know that, but I worked a lot on the truck to build it to the capability that it can go against Darlington, and it proved a lot tonight. Really kicked some butt out there with that truck.
Yeah, for sure you did. I had a fast one tonight. I'll toss over to Big Jim, my booth mate tonight. Jim, what you got for Cyber?
Yeah, man, Cyber, that was really impressive, hanging on to Decent House, and you already heard a Cup regular like that. That was a great showing from you. Congrats on 2nd.
Thank you.
So my question for you is, after Darlington, we go to Michigan, Richmond Auto Club, and Atlanta before the playoffs start. Are there any of those tracks that you're really looking forward to?
Mainly Atlanta and Auto Club, because I've proven to have really good runs at those places within the draft. I mean, if I have a good truck under me, I can do some things. Michigan and Richmond, those will be interesting because, like, Atlanta Auto Club, Michigan involves a draft. Richmond is a really good short track. Like, if you get around it really good, like, just have the right turning and braking points there. I mean, all the tracks coming up, I feel pretty good about them, for sure.
Well, for sure. Again, congrats on second, and hope this leads to some momentum down the road here.
Yeah, I hope so,
All right,
too.
Cyber,
Thank you
before we
again.
let you head on out, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just shout out to Hooters on my truck with the 24. Basically, just again, people believing in me. Like, I'm doing all like the driving mentality. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'd be right now. And just everybody who just puts this league on, broadcast, everything.
For sure. Well, congratulations on your P2 finish tonight. We'll let you head on out of here and go celebrate it.
Thank you, brother.
All right, Jim. Well, we saw quite the race here tonight. A lot better than we were probably expecting it to be. Only had one caution for calls all night. Yeah, the guys got a little bit wild in the back of the pack, but from the sounds of it, it looks like they all had fun.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, man. That's what league racing's all about. We kind of lost that idea, going into the season. It was a lot of stress. Hopefully, we can get back to just having fun and enjoying ourselves. I think the Truck Series really did a good job of showing that tonight.
Yeah, we saw some contact, we saw some wrecks, but it sounds like they just laughed it off in the party chat, and that's what we want to have here is just some fun. Get back to that core value that we kind of lost and lost sight of. So congratulations to the Truck Series tonight. They put on a heck of a show for a first time at Darlington, and very proud of the whole series. As we move forward, we've got the Xfinity Series tomorrow night, got the Cup Series Thursday night. Still trying to figure out where they're going to go. We don't know if we're going to put the Roval in that spot since it was postponed, or if we're just going to run those as they were originally scheduled and push the Roval back to another date. Still trying to figure that out, so stay tuned. We'll let you guys know and see where we go the next couple of nights. So for Big Jim, my name's Gator Mike. Everybody that tuned in, we hope you enjoyed it. It was a great race. And glad to be back here in the North American eRacing League and pushing forward. Going to finish this thing out like we started. So to all my gnarly ones out there, my name's Gator Mike, and I will catch you guys next time. Y'all stay safe.